Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to understand how to create Asana tasks for Facebook lead ads leads. So do you also use Facebook lead ads to promote and grow your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So with here, I'm doing the same. I'm running a digital marketing agency and we use Facebook lead ads to generate more leads for our business. So now what I want is that as soon as a new lead is generated from my Facebook lead ads, with the help of the same lead details only, I want to create a new task in my Asana account too, so that I can assign that task to my sales team and we can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Facebook lead ads and Asana. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we're going to understand how to create Asana tasks for Facebook lead ads leads. So as you know that I manage a digital marketing agency and we rely on Facebook lead ads to capture new client inquiries. So to ensure that our teams follow up quickly, we want to set up an automation that creates a task in Asana every time a new lead is captured through Facebook lead ads. Each task includes important details such as client name, contact information, and specific service interested. This setup keeps our lead organized, allows our team to prioritize the follow-ups and ensure no leads slip through the crack, helping us to stay responsive and boost our conversion rates. But as you know that Facebook lead ads and Asana doesn't have any native connection in order to do this. So in order to connect both of these applications, we're going to use Pabbly Connect, and for that I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as you're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we're going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as you're going to click on sign in right over here, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is Facebook lead ads and Asana. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect's account. And as soon as you're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So for my folder, I'm going to select it as automations. And on my dashboard, you can see there are multiple folders in which I save my workflows. So if you wish to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. And now it is asking me the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be how to create Asana task for Facebook lead ads leads, Facebook lead ads to Asana. And then we're going to click on create. And as soon as we're going to click on create, it is opening the most important window for automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So by this you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as Facebook lead ads because what I want is that as soon as a new lead is received from my Facebook lead ads, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for Facebook lead ads, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So with here what I want is that as soon as a new lead is received, instantly my workflow should be triggered or started. So I'm going to select my trigger event as new lead instant. And as soon as going to select the trigger event, we are going to click on this button which says connect. And after clicking on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Facebook lead ads account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and then we have to click on this button which says connect with Facebook lead ads. And as soon as we're going to click on this button over here, you can see that it is asking me to choose my Facebook account. So I'm going to select my Facebook account and click on continue right over here. And once again, we are going to click on continue as Jessie because this is the name of my Facebook account. And as soon as we're going to click on continue with Jessie, yes, you can see that with this, we have successfully connected our Facebook lead ads account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the page and the lead gen form. So here you can see the name of my Facebook page is Digital Dynamics. So yes, we are going to select the same right over here. I'm going to look for it. And as you can see, Digital Dynamics. So I'm going to select the same as my page right over here. And as soon as I'm going to select the page, it is going to ask me for the lead gen form. So as you can see that I've created created multiple forms, but I only want to create this automation for a single form, which is new form. So I'm going to select my desired form over here. If you wish to create this automation for all your lead gen forms, you can select all lead gen forms option also right over here. But I'm going to select my desired form, and then we're going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is we have to generate a test lead so that we can capture the details for the same right over here. And in order to generate that lead, I'm going to open a new tab, and then we're going to look for Meta for developers. So I'm going to look for Meta for developers, and then we're going to open Meta for developers. And now after opening the landing page of Meta for developers, from here we have to go on resources and then developer tools. We are going to scroll and look for lead ads RTO debug tool, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And now it is opening my lead ads testing tool, and now we're going to do the test submission with the help of this tool only. Okay, so we are going to select the page and form right over here, which we selected in our workflow. So for the page, we are going to select it as digital dynamics, and then for the form, we're going to select it as new form, and then we're going to click on preview form. And after doing this, it is asking me for some details. So yes, I'm going to fill in this form. So it is saying service interest, so I'm going to select it as content creation. It is saying best time to contact, so I'm going to select it as evening. It is saying first name, so let's suppose that I'm going to keep it as smart right over here. We're going to move on forward. For the last name, we are going to keep it as user. It is saying email, so let's suppose that we're going to keep it as user@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to enter it right over here. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the phone number, so let's suppose that I'm going to enter this as the phone number, and now it is asking me for the company name. So I'm going to keep the company name as Tudes right over here, and then we're going to move on forward and click on continue. And as soon as we're going to click on continue, we are going to click on submit. And after clicking on submit, yes, you can see your test lead has been sent. So this means that lead ads testing tool has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response for the same or not. So I'm going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured response A. You can see the same details which we entered. You can see the service interest, you can see the best time to contact, you can see the first name, the last name, email, phone number, and the company name. So yes, these are the same details which we entered in our test submission, right? And after receiving these details, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as the new lead is received from my Facebook lead ads, automatically Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. And now we're going to move on towards our action step. So what I want is that as soon as the new lead is received, I want to assign that lead to my salesperson, right? Okay, something like this. So I want to add the lead details and create a task in Asana. So for that, I'm going to select the action application as Asana right over here. So I'm going to look for Asana, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And now for the action event, we're going to select it as create a task, and then we're going to click on connect. And as soon as I'm going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Asana account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then click on connect with Asana right over here. And as soon as you're going to click on this connect with Asana button right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. We have successfully connected our Asana account with our Pabbly's workflow. So yes, this was really easy because I've already logged in my Asana account previously. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. And yes, you can see connected right over here. And now it is asking me for the workspace, so I've selected the same, and now it is asking me for the project ID. So over here we are going to select the project which is lead management. I want to create the task in this project which is lead management. Okay, so I'm going to select that project ID. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the task name. So I want the task name as contact and then the name of the lead. So let's suppose that I'm going to enter it manually, which is contact and then the name of the lead. Over here we are going to enter the name of the lead, but we're not going to enter it manually, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Facebook lead ads as our trigger application. We're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as it's going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that over here I have to enter the name of my lead, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to enter it manually like this by typing it over here, then this will not change with every new response received because this is static information and I've entered it manually. But if we're going to map this from the previous response, suppose I'm going to erase this right from here, and then we're going to map the name from the previous response. As you can see, first name, we're going to map it with a space and then the last name. So let's suppose we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So now the task name is contact smart user. Okay, and now it is asking me for the notes. So over here in the notes, I want to add all the details like this. I'm going to show you the task which I've already created. So here you can see that in the description I've added all the details like the service, interest, email, and every another detail. So yes, we're going to add the details in the notes right over here which we want to add in the description. Okay, so I'm going to enter the details: service, interest, email, phone, company name, and best time to contact, and we are going to map the details in front of this. So for the service interest, we're going to map content creation. We're going to move on forward. We're going to look for email in the previous response, and as you can see the same, so we're going to map it. We're going to map all of these details like this one by one. We're going to map the phone number. It is asking for the company name, so yes, we're going to map the company name too. As you can see the same, we're going to map the best time for contact also, and after entering all of these details, we're going to move on forward. It is saying due at and due on, so no, I don't wish to add this, so I'm going to leave it as blank. It is saying assignee, so over here I'm going to select the assignee as admin Pabbly, and then we're going to move on forward. It is saying follower and tags, so if you wish you can definitely add this, but I don't wish to do so, so I'm going to leave it as blank. And directly we're going to click on this button which says save and send test request, and as soon as going to click on this button which says save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have successfully received a positive response, that we have successfully created a new task. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Asana and check for the new task created with the same details which we entered. So I'm going to open my Asana right from here, and as you can see a new task created which is contact smart user. So I'm going to open this, and as you can see contact smart user, you can see the service interest, you can see the email, you can see the phone number, company name, and the best time to contact. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open my lead ads testing tool again. We're going to delete the previous lead and refresh the page. So it is really important to delete the previous lead and refresh the page, otherwise you'll not be able to create a new lead or preview the form. So we are going to generate another lead. Okay, so for the page I'm going to select it as digital dynamics, and then for the form again we're going to select it as new form and click on preview form. So once again we're going to enter the test details. So for the service interested, let's suppose that this time I'm going to keep it as branding and design. For the best time to contact, I'm going to keep it as afternoon. It is saying first name, let's suppose that I'm going to keep it as test. It is saying last name, so I'm going to keep it as user right over here. It is saying email, so let's suppose that I'm going to keep it as test@pabblytudes.com. so I'm going to enter it right over here. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the phone number. I'm going to keep the phone number as this. For the company name, we are going to keep it as con, and then we're going to click on continue right over here and then submit, and as soon as going to click on submit right over here, yes, you can see your test lead has been sent. So now this means that lead ads testing tool has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new task in our Asana with the same details. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open my Asana account and check for the new task created with the same details, and this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Asana right from here, and as you can see a new task created which is contact test user. So I'm going to open this, and as you can see the same description which is service interested, email, phone, company name, and the best time to contact. You can see that these are the same details which we entered right over here in our test submission. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application we selected Facebook lead ads. For the trigger event we selected new lead instant. For the action application we selected Asana, and then for the action event we selected create a task, because I wanted that as soon as a new lead is received from my Facebook lead ads, automatically a task should be created in my Asana with the same lead details, so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. This setup keeps our lead organized and allows our team to prioritize the follow-ups and ensure no lead slips through the crack, helping us to stay responsive and boost our conversion rates. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video, and for your reference I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.